Hi, how's it going? I am here to just talk about postpartum. I feel it's a time of our lives that is extremely vulnerable. It can be really tough and overwhelming and intense. I have put together like a postpartum toolkit of things. So these are just tips and tricks that I have learned over the years during my 3 births and the 3 postpartum phases after each of those births. Mostly I've learned these things from my midwife. Also my doula, my yoga training and my breastfeeding training have all helped me kind of realize what things help during the postpartum phase. So I'm just going to share these with you. I really hope they help. Let me know if there's anything that you think of that I have missed or that really helped you, because I love sharing it and passing it on. So I'm going to concentrate on the following 4 kind of topics. The first is for healing, things that have helped me to heal during the postpartum period. The second is nourishment, which is so important. Thirdly, breastfeeding, things that have helped me with breastfeeding. And then finally, just overall well-being. So I've just come out of I'm still kind of in it. I mean, you're really postpartum for like 2 years after your baby is born, but the really intensive time, I've just kind of come out of. My baby is 11 weeks old. I think the early hours and days and weeks especially, you're really vulnerable, and these things have helped me. So firstly, for healing, and this is especially if you've had a vaginal birth, like I have had 3 vaginal births, and you can be really raw and tender down around, the vulva and the vagina area. So what has helped me to really soothe this area and to aid healing is using a squirty water bottle to, instead of like wiping after going to the toilet when you're just postpartum, I just use a squirty water bottle and squirt the area clean. You can pat it dry then, maybe with like a pad or something soft, probably not tissue because bits of the tissue could get stuck. So, but this just feels so good. Just keep it at room temperature as well, because it just feels nicest that way. I learned the hard way. I think my husband put the bottles in the fridge this time, and I went to use one. It was like, ah! So yeah, squirty bottle, but not in the fridge. What can be really soothing to the vaginal area is using a sitz bath. I have one here. It's just like a plastic, little bidet that you can put really hot water into. Now, not boiling obviously, because you don't want to burn yourself, but as hot as you can manage, with a couple of drops of lavender oil, and just put it onto the toilet and just sit on it and just like bathe your perineum, the vaginal area, and everywhere that was involved in the birth, and just it feels so good. And the lavender oil is just really lovely for healing, especially in the early days and weeks, so you're going to be still bleeding, and this can just feel so good. This time I didn't really need to use it too much since my last birth, because I didn't have any tearing. But if you have had any tearing, it can feel just so soothing, and it's a really natural way to clean the area. And it's good to do it every time you go to the bathroom and you're just nice and clean, and you also just to make sure you are fully dry then afterwards, just to pat it dry with a soft towel. And just those 3 things, using the squirty bottle, the sitz bath and the lavender oil, just I found it's like a little ritual, every time you go to the toilet. And I know it can be hard if you have other children and everything to deal with, but it's really worth it to give yourself that time to try and heal the area. Then on to nourishing your body. You're going to be starving, for days and weeks and maybe even months. My baby's 2 months old now, and I'm still hungry a lot. I don't have to get up and eat in the middle of the night anymore, but I do have to have snacks on me or around me at all times, because if you miss a meal or if you still haven't eaten, it's actually it's not good for you, and especially if you're breastfeeding, you're starving. You will understand if you're going through it or if you've gone through it before. And things that I use that really, I feel, nourish the body well. I make my own granola. You don't have to make your own, but I think that if you make your own, you can add as many seeds and nuts into it as possible. Especially the seeds are great for digestion. And in the early days, you need your poo to be as soft as possible, because, after having given birth, you just want to be really kind to that area of your body. So the seeds are really good for that. Lots of fiber. And another thing that I did, I don't know if everyone would be into it, but I made placenta smoothies as well, just using little bits of just a really tiny piece of my placenta in each smoothie. And if you get berries, and just load it with lots of berries and a piece of your placenta and water, and blend it up and drink that as a smoothie. I just had one a day for the first maybe week after each of my babies, and that is so nourishing and so good for you. I think I need to do a vlog all about placentas because there's so many different things you can do with them, and they're just amazing. It's an amazing organ that your body grows from scratch and keeps your baby alive. So yeah, placenta smoothies are another option for nourishing your body. Then for breastfeeding, a couple of little things that work and are really important. The first thing is to have a supporter, someone on your side, someone you can text, ring, message in the middle of the night if you need to, that will understand and support you 100% in your wishes, be that to breastfeed for a few days, a few months, a few years, whatever it is, you, especially in the early days, because there are so many different things at play. Like, it's a huge topic, and having someone to support you, even if you know a lot already, it just feels so good to be able to talk to someone about it and they can get you information or look things up for you about medications or about, different positions or latch, or so many different things. But if you have one person that is your go-to person for that, I think it really will help in your journey. I feel that has been the case for me. For me, it has mostly been my midwife, because she's also a lactation consultant and a lecture league leader. So I was really blessed with that. But I think, go to your local group, get the person's number of your local volunteer, have your PHN if they're very good with breastfeeding information, but find somebody who will be your breastfeeding supporter and stay in touch with them. That's what they have signed up to do. They're delighted to help, and yeah, that can make a huge difference. You can, if the latch isn't deep enough, you can get cracked and kind of really sore nipples. So it's good to have some multi-mam compresses to hand. People swear by the angel cups. They're like pure silver cups that you can get. I haven't tried them because I haven't needed to. Just finally, to have some muslin cloths always at the ready, because spit ups or pukes or spray or whatever it might be, they're just so handy. I'd say I have about 30. Like, it's ridiculous. I thought I was fine with about 10, but then I realized I wasn't this time. I think I'd know third time round. But anyway, muslin cloths, you just need lots of them. Finally, for your well-being, if you've done any training in different breathing techniques, now is a really good time to use them in the early hours and days and weeks, and actually for the rest of your life, because mothering can be challenging. Using your breathing techniques can be really helpful, especially if you have after pains, like with your womb contracting back down after the birth. And I have used those so much. Also, your pelvic floor exercises need to be done, at the day after the baby is born. You need to start doing them again, because it's so important to keep that area toned and working really well. Some other nice things that you can do for yourself, for your well-being, are to ask for a massage, to have a bath with your baby, skin to skin. It's just so lovely. And then on your own as well can be lovely too. So just to nourish yourself with, nice things as well. Be kind to yourself, and to know that there is no such thing as a perfect mother. I think that was something that my midwife told me, and it made me feel really relieved, because you try so hard to do everything for your baby, but you need to take care of yourself also. And self-care is so important, and can add to the well-being of the whole family. If you feel that you're cared for and that you're well, then you're in a so much better place to be able to look after your family as well. Be kind to yourself, and give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed this video. If there's anything that you want further explaining or have any questions, please put them down in the comments below, and subscribe to hear more about postpartum or pregnancy, birth, yoga, or whatever it is that you're interested in. You can let me know as well. Your one final tip, which is my lifesaver during postpartum and actually during motherhood in general, especially when the babies are really small, is to wear your baby in a sling. I wear my baby so much. I just get so much more done. I plan on doing a vlog on baby wearing very soon, so subscribe to make sure you don't miss out on that one too. Thanks a million for watching. Namaste.